Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this Monday. More patients from that deadly tour bus crash in the Thruway in Pembroke Friday have now been released from the hospital as the investigation continues into what exactly caused the tragedy. Here's the latest information we have for you tonight. Out of the 21 passengers taken to ECMC following the crash, 9 remain hospitalized. 1 other passenger is in an observation unit. Also tonight, a team of investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board now combing through the wreckage of the bus, trying to determine any factors that may have led to the crash. And Governor Hochul in Western New York today offering condolences as well as insight into a relatively new state law concerning seatbelts on tour buses. And there is nothing but praise when it comes to the massive emergency response to this tragedy. The Clarence Fire Company posting this picture on its Facebook page showing crews in action trying to rescue passengers from the wreckage and help the survivors. The response, nothing short of heroic. The tragic crash bringing the issue of seatbelts back front and center. Our senior reporter Maki Becker taking a deeper dive into that part of the investigation, along with a new state law concerning seatbelts on tour buses.
There's still 10 patients here at ECMC in Buffalo following Friday's devastating crash in Pembroke. There's also 1 child in serious condition at Hochul Children's Hospital. Now, 5 people were killed in that crash, and just about every person on board that tour bus was injured in some way, including some who were ejected. And that's got people talking about seatbelts. Governor Hochul was in Niagara Falls earlier on Monday. Take a listen to what she had to say.
That was an absolute tragedy, unforeseen. Imagine people just so carefree, happy from seeing one of the greatest wonders of the world in our own backyard, people from all over the world experiencing the joy of upstate New York, and have it come to a crashing halt the way it did is beyond devastating.
A gut-wrenching question to ask. Could seatbelts have saved more people in the Pembroke crash?
The bus does appear to us, it's in bad shape, but it does appear to us that the bus was equipped with seat belts. So part of our investigation will be to determine the extent to which seat belts were being used and the extent to which the lack of seat belt use may have been a factor in some of the passengers being ejected.
So it turns out New York already has a law that just went into effect this April, and it requires everyone on board a coach bus to wear a seatbelt. But there's a catch. It's only required for buses assembled after November 2016. Tom Chapman of the National Transportation Safety Board said the bus in Friday's crash was built in 2005.
Whether that law would apply in this case is not clear to me anyway. That's something we'll be looking at, and we may make some recommendations in that regard.
I'm glad we have a law that requires them on buses. I guarantee there are other states that do not.
But Hochul said Friday's crash makes her think that law may need to be changed.
I want to find out if there is a requirement that people be notified, like on an airplane, you should wear your seatbelts. But on the other hand, when you're on an airplane and it takes off, you can take your seatbelt off, right? It's on takeoff and landing. So I think there needs to be something specifically designed to address this situation.
Multiple investigations are underway, and the NTSB says they'll have a preliminary report in about 30 days. And one of the things they'll definitely focus on are seatbelts. Maki Becker, 7 News, Buffalo.